Good morning to one and all. This is Dr. P. Lavanya, working as Associate Professor in MBA Department in Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today we want to analyze the case studies which was given a part and parcel of our business economics syllabus. So, according to the modules what we have been prepared, so based upon that we have been taken some sample of the case studies in order to explain to catch your examinations. So, here from the first module we can take some of the case studies, like the first case study was, in what ways does managerial economics complements the field of finance and marketing? Providing a detailed analysis how an integrated approach can enhance overall the business strategies. So for this case means here whatever the introduction to the managerial economics or the business economics, here he want to encounter what are the fields which are related to the finance and marketing, and he was asking about what analysis we can give as in a business economics having any integrated approaches in overall strategies. So for that he has been asked the problem solving questions that, imagine that you are the manager dealing with a cross-functional issues involving the finance, marketing and production. So if we ourselves are the managers, so what are the issues we face? And along with that, how can a collaborative approach use the managerial economic principles to solve the complex problems? So this was one of the case studies which belongs to the introduction to the business economics or managerial economics. So for that we can go for the solution or the analyzation or preparation of the case studies. So we has to encounter what the important side headings or analysis does the case has got. So one, it want to the case itself relates with the managing capabilities of the economics in the field of finance and marketing. Means it want the complementing of finance and complementing issues of marketing. So along with these issues, when we have been given, he want the questioning of what are the cross-cultural issues, means along with finance and marketing, what cross-cultural issues will affect these finance and marketing in the production, and at that same way what collaborative, means a consolidated approach does a manager will take as his important feature is to take the decision making. So in this case studies we have the four things. One is complementary fields relating to the finance marketing, and he want an integrated approach, and cross-functional issues, and also the collaborative approaches. So we'll go one by one relating to this case study. The first one becomes across that as this managerial business economics, it is an integrated field. Why? Because economics or business economics is not at all an alone one or came from a separate origin. It is one of the social science, and along with that it is having integrating of financing, marketing and different organizational decision makings. So that's why we can explore each and every area interacting with the contribution of an integrated approach, which enhances our business strategies. Means overall business strategies, when you want to enhance, we should enroll or we should enhance the interaction what we contributed relating to the integrated approach. So the first we'll see what is the complementing of finance. So as we know, the finance is also one of the important related subject or the discipline to the managerial economics, as economic itself consisting of the fundamentals of the finance and the financial issues. So the important thing what we has to consider was the budgeting and resource allocation. Means while when you want to encounter about the role of the managerial economics relating to the finance, So every organization 100% want to see about the optimization of the resource allocations. Means what are the resources present in the organization and how far that resources could be utilized within the organization with the best care, or maybe with a cost effective analysis considering the financial constraints and the production requirement. Maybe when we have the budgeting methods and money, but utilization will have the constraints of financial issues, maybe relating to the availability of the funds, maybe the cost of the capital and utilization of that capital, or some of the financial constraints. And at the same way, when we are analyzing these constraints, production requirement is also important thing to be analyzed. So along with that, budgeting and resources, so the vital thing is effective budgeting and the financial planning is more important when you want to analyze in the financial discipline. And along with that, we have the another thing like cost benefit analysis. Once when I want to see about the managerial role relating to the finance, so always cost benefit analysis is one of the important thing to be identified while taking the financial decisions. Means by increasing or the decreasing of the cost. So what sort of benefit that organization is availing should be identified. With that benefit only the organization was able to take the financial decisions. And the insights what we provide relating to them or the economic viability of the project and helps the team to allocate the funds and initiative the offer of higher returns. Means when I am going for analyzing of this cost benefit analysis, we should analyze that how the funds are getting at a cheaper rate or not, and at the same way economical events or the viability of the project, means possibility of the project with the cheapest funds is there or not, we should analyze. Along with that, helping the team in allocating of the funds and initiating, means we should have a good financial expert in order to identify that where the funds to be identified or where the funds to be invested, such initiate the organization to get the higher rate of return or the returns what we received by that investment must and should be a good. And the next one we comes as in the finance, the risk management. So the financial analysis internally consisting of the risk analysis. So always every organization by taking the consideration of the risk return trade-off, means we should trading with the risk and what sort of return we are getting. So always organization want to take the crucial decisions relating to the risk management, where the financial professionals will assess the different types of investmental project that debit, managing the debt and financial forecasting. Means the risk management what we have said is risk and return. So 2 R's, risk and return, where they themselves will evaluate by assessing the different investment opportunities or the project such that which is the best for us or the which gives us a best rate of return. So by taking the analysis of a debt market and also making the availability of the financial forecasting. So along with that, we has to identify that the financial complementing was maybe relating to the budgeting analysis and maybe with the cost benefit and the risk management to carefully analyzed in order to see the role of the managerial economics. So along with that, already in the case they have asked about the marketing efforts also. Then we come across the complementing of the marketing efforts, where it relates to the marketing always depends upon the profit oriented and revenue generated. So these revenue generated, where we can have fixing the pricing strategies. The first thing is the profits generated will always depends upon the what sort of price we are giving into the market. So this managerial economics always helps in determining optimum pricing strategy, where it considers the demand, production cost, market competitors, and that ensures us to set in a way that maximizes the revenue and profit. Means the pricing strategy is one of the important optimal thing which considers the external forecasting factors like what is the demand and what elasticity of demand is possible and what type of production cost are there and marketing competitors. Means 100% the pricing strategies when you want to evolve, we has to analyze the external competitive conditions. Then only we ensures the price what we set will give us as a maximum revenue and that will yields us the profit. Along with the pricing strategies, we can also go for like marketing research and forecasting. So once when we have been analyzed in the marketing, the external factors, then we should has to identify the research and forecasting availability. The utilization of these economic principles or managerial economics contribution to the market research and forecast which help us to understand. Means by researching what a consumer is required, how his taste fashions has been changing and what type of thinking or the attitude or the perception of the consumer relating to the different products was analyzed in the market should be identified. So that's why this market research and forecasting itself will be identified in the consumer behavior and changing market trends. So how the external trends are changing. So maybe based upon the consumer taste and preferences, market trend is changing or new types of fashion evolved in the market was changing the marketing trends. So we should predict them and forecast the demand such that it will be helpful for the product and services to be forecasted and best production to be done. And relating to this, the third one comes as the resource allocation for market campaigning. So external marketing conditions means not only we should focus upon the pricing strategies and at the same way the research and forecasting, we should has to identify what is the cost of advertisement or we should go for ad cost. So what type of resources means maybe we are having a good product and a good thinking, but externally the people should identify or people should be well known that certain new product is there. So that is possible only by a good or allocation of a possible resources to the market campaigning, that is advertisement cost. So here the integrated managerial economics with marketing ensures us the efficient allocation of the resources for advertisement and the promotional activities. So with these, they includes more cost-effective channels and strategies are being evolved in order to reach the targeted audience. Means a wider publicity or wider campaign has been done and is a promotional tool or effective tool which make familiar the product familiar to the consumers. So these advertisement campaigns are one of the most effective channels of understanding or awareness creating to the people such that these strategies will reach the targeted audience. So these are the three important complementing marketing strategies which we can analyze in the managing the role of the economics in complementation of market. So along with that, here the asked what is an integrated approach, means in the case study what sort of managerial economics is providing an integrated approach to the overall business strategies. So as we know, the business economics, managerial economics itself stresses the decision making. Decision making is an important factor of the business economics. So once it bridges, means what sort of decision we are taking will bridges the differences between the finance and marketing, and this will act as an aid to the strategic decision making. So here in the integrated approach means decision making, it is not at all in a separate one. Here we club. So based upon the financial alternatives available to us, marketing strategies, what the marketing manager want to done, and I want to mix these two and want to take the decisions. So this allows the manager to consider both how the financial feasibility is possible and also same the marketing dynamics when formulated the business strategies. So we has been clubbed the financial feasibility and also marketing dynamics of the changes such that we want to formulate a good strategy which will increases the sales for the organization. And here itself and the questioning that they have been asked about what about the cross-functional collaborations. Means maybe when he have an integrated approach of finance, marketing and which related to the strategic decisions, we have a different dimensions relating to the cross-cultural collaborations. Means where it is the collaboration between financing, marketing and other departments was essential. So individual decision making, individual department cannot run the whole organization. When all organization are collaborated at one place, then the decision making will be easy for the manager. So based upon that, here the manager or managerial economic itself will provides us the common framework and the languages for the different functions to work together and enhance the coherency or aligned approach. Means by integrating and collaborating all the functional department of the organization will ensures a good stabilization in the decision making and perspective production will be takes place, and we have a good aligned approaches in the managerial economics. So along with that, we can also contribute the collaboration in case of performance measurement. So when I have been measuring the performance, maybe the key indicators, KPIs, that is key performance indicators. So individual calculations will doesn't give the satisfactory impact to the organization. But when I have been clubbed or collaborated all key performance indicators of an organization, maybe from financial sector, marketing sector, HRM sector and other sectors, then we can have a satisfactory view regarding the organization. So for that, the collaborating in performance measurement has to be identified. So this will ensure that organization evaluates its success in a historical manner. Means when we can say the performance measurement or the key performance indicators will be given when they are in a collaborative manner only we can understand. When we have given individually every sector or every organization, it cannot be considered. So the success of the organization will use in the collaborative performance measurement. So along with these cases means we have given relating to the what type of collaboration or integrated approach for overall business strategies, and at the same way cross-functional collaborations relating to the performance measurement, and at the same way we have the collaborative approach to solve the cross-functional issues. Means issues means some sort of challenges or maybe some sort of hurdles or the problems which comes by engaging or collaborating of different departments. So if we imagine a cross-functional issues involved in marketing and production, or maybe in case of a launching a new product, means any sort of issues occur in case of these marketing, financing or maybe of a new product, we has to consider the collaborative approach using managerial economic principles has to be involved. Means we should take any integrated decision making by involving all sort of management principles. So that principles may be like financial modeling, marketing strategies, continuous monitoring and adaptation, and at the same way demand, cost, benefit, financial modeling. Yes, so these are the some of the recommendations or collaborating economic principles which will help us to solve the functional issues. So we see these principles one by one, like the first one is financial modeling, which help us to incorporate the cost and revenues associated with the new product. Means this financial modeling will provide as an assistant for financial team in assessing the impact and overall financial health of the organization. Means it will provide us analyzation relating to the incorporated cost and also the revenues which are associated relating to the new product. And these financial modeling will show us the impact of financial health. Means is organization is in profit motive, good health condition. If it is not in profits or getting a loss by evolving of a new product, then automatically its condition is weak. So this financial modeling will help us to identify the healthy or profitability financial environment of a company. And along with that, we have marketing strategies and alignment. So a good or ensuring the marketing strategies aligned in the financial goals. So which says that promotional activity should be cost effective, pricing should be line by line, both profitability, objectives and market demand. So when we are issuing the strategies relating to the market, so our marketing strategy should first satisfy the financial goal of the company. So we are not servicing. So we want some sort of profit. That goal should be satisfied. With that satisfaction of the goals, we should collaborate the promotional activities, other pricing strategies and profitability objectives of the organization to be taken into the consideration. So, along with marketing strategies, we have continuous monitoring and adaptation. So, here we should identify that every activity relating to the finance, marketing or maybe flow of funds must and should have the continuous monitoring. Means we have to monitor the each and every work. We should find out the feedbacks and we ourselves has to identify that in our process of integrating approaches where we are lagging or what sort of weakness we are getting. So we want to overcome it. So in order to overcome it, always the continuous monitoring could be possible, and that allows us to quick adaptation of the external changes or the marketing changing conditions or maybe overcoming of the financial constraints. So when we have a good mechanism of monitoring and adopting the new types of the new innovation methods, the external changes could be easily adopted by the organization, and at the same way we are able to rid over the financial constraints. And another important analyzation we should have like demand analysis. So we have to always estimation of the demand, forecasting of the demand and factors which are required for the considering factors maybe like consumer preference, price, quantity, sensitive, marketing trends, consumer behavior, taste and preference of the consumers. So many factors are there which will make us to analyze the demand activities. So while going, we have to take the careful consideration of demand analysis of that product. And as usual, we know the cost benefit analysis should be done, as we know that a lesser cost within a good benefit we required. So which will ensure the comprehensive understanding of economic viability. And along with that, we ourselves has to go for financial modeling. So by the above features, we are able to have the collaborative approaches in order to means by these 5 to 6 main important things will have the collaborative approach in solving the cross-cultural issues. So with this, we can give the conclusion or the summary of the above case study. What are the managerial principles? Yes, here the collaborating approach or constructive approach should be taken in order to gather the financing, marketing and production in order to address the business issues. So it could be possible by addressing the business issues. And at the same way, the integrating of the functions of financing or maybe marketing strategies will consider the both economic principles and the requirement of the each departments, which may leads to the informed decision making and enhance overall business performances. Means when we have these integrating the functions by analyzing all the departments and taking collaborative decisions, will make each and every department or each and every organization will enhancing the overall performance of the organization. So in this way we can analyze the case studies what they have given relating to the managerial economics, complementing itself with finance and collaborating and integrating approaches. We can analyze by taking the some of the factors into the consideration. So along with that we go for another case study, maybe like it is related to the optimum pricing strategies of a small business. So what type of pricing strategies should be evolved for a small business? So this case study looks into the handmade, means small businesses, means like handmade goods, and exploring the pricing strategies of these small or medium scale companies. So while studying the small or medium scales, here the case study analyzes about the cost and revenue data to calculate the profit maximization, and also want to discuss so how business could adjust or how business could incorporate itself to the pricing strategies which could be responded to the demand. So this case study want to explore us how these small medium scale business was utilizing their optimum strategies in order to adjust its products in the external environment with a changing demand. So for that, first we have to give the introduction relating to the small business organizations, where they considers the specialization, means small organizations are specialized, maybe like handmade products, or maybe operating the marketing or the demand carefully. Why? Because they are called as a specialized, means it is having any unique nature of the product and potentially cost implications. These small type of business where they will do or shows their innovative sense while preparation of the goods. That's why we'll call it as uniqueness of the product, and it also implicates these uniqueness will depends upon the cost implication. So here the objective is to determine, the main intention is to determine optimum pricing, means a minimum pricing which will maximizes the profits of the organization considering the cost, revenue and marketing dynamics. Means the importance of optimum price or maximum price what an organization can issue depends upon the maximization of internal profits of the organization. Once when you want to maximize the internal profits, we should consider the internal aspect of what type of cost we are having and the revenue earning by the sales, and at the same with changes which are taking place in the external market. So with this we give a brief analysis of the cost analyzation. So to understand the production cost, it is essential for an optimum price. When I want to fix a minimum price, internal cost should be known. Without knowing the cost, we cannot give the price of the product. Why? Because above cost only will charge some rate of profit and we will give into the market. If that cost is not known to us, automatically we cannot provide in the market. So it includes the optimum pricing. 100% includes about the direct cost, maybe related to the material labor, or maybe indirected cost like overheads or other utilities what we have been got. So by analyzing these cost analysis only, we can accurately go for calculating what is the total cost and what ensures the profitability of an organization. When the total cost is less and the price is high, we'll get a more profit. If total cost is more and we'll get a margin is less, then the profitability will be less. So these business will accurately calculate based upon this cost analyzation. And the next we go for the optimum pricing strategies is one, we should analyze the competitors. So competitors pricing is 100% requires in a targeted market. So these competitors pricing will incite the markets in the price elasticity and consumer expectation. So how far we can extend or how we can increase the price in the market, we can identify it by the competitors. When competitors price is very high rather than my product, automatically there is a chance for me to increase the price. But when I and competitors are moving side by side in case of pricing, it becomes very difficult to go for the price elasticity of demand. And also we should give to the consideration like consumer expectations. So along with the competitors, what consumer specially or want the additional features to be identified. So here it helps us to identify the unique selling proposition, USP, like is unique selling proposition. It is provided when our product is having unique features, means a differentiated features which will be maximum we can identify in handmade products or maybe small businesses, which is one of the positive impact of the company or the product. And the next one, we can analyze the another factor maybe like demand elasticity. So as we know, elasticity of the demand means a responsiveness of the change of a determinant. Due to the effect of one determinant, our demand may increase or decrease. We'll call it as a demand elasticity. Here we should identify the price elasticity of the demand, maybe relating to this product. So which help us to identify that how sensitive the customer in changing the price or adding the setting in an optimal price point that maximizes the revenue. Means the demand elasticity want ourselves to identify how far we can go for analyzing the price elasticity of the demand. Once we understand this price elasticity, what is a sensitive feature where I can go for increasing of the my price such that I can set the optimum pricing strategy which will use us more profit or maximizes the total revenue of the organization. And next, for that we see in these are the recommendations which we have been provided relating to the optimal pricing strategy. So along with these analyzation, we have some sort of recommendations also which will use a good optimum pricing strategy. So first recommendations was the regular interviews and updates relating to the cost calculation and maintaining the accurate pricing system. Means regular reviews and updates must and should be there. With the past data or outdated data, we can't take the decisions. So along with monitoring the competitors. So competitor analysis is one of the important thing when you want to go for the external pricing strategy. So monitoring them and marking the trends to adjust our price to their strategies accordingly. Means we should ourselves show adjustment in the market with the competitors strategy. And along with that, we can also recommend for a leverage. Yes, it is a unique quality where small products may be in the marketing effort to justify the premium pricing. Means once they have been increased the price, they will go for a leverage. Means the financial or monetary leverage. Levered means as it was balanced or not. Means the unique feature whatever we provided, for that these people will charge more rate or the price will be increases and justifies their premium pricing. And the next one is to get the optimum revenue maybe in promoting during the peak seasons. Means when it was a rush or when the requirement is there, at that time we ourselves can optimize, means increase the revenue by analyzing the demand variations. And another recommendation like consumer seek the consumer feedback. So to understand the value of the perceived value, means what the consumer has been perceived after consuming the product. Once I consume the product, then I can say it is good, bad, or what are the feelings. So here we require the feedback based upon the perceived value of the consumer. So in this way we can say here the optimum pricing strategy analysis maybe for the small business where it involves in the combination of different factors. Means not only one aided factors, here we have the cost analysis, pricing strategies, and itself will have the competitor analysis, means combination of the factors will be taken place. So here the business will ensures us these overall cost and taking advantages of unique value proposition. When these optimum strategy requires, it want to identify the total cost, and with that total cost it want to balance the unique proportion or the unique value. Unique value means the specialized feature or the specialized value of the product. So here the balance should be done relating to the competitor pricing and also relating to this handmade exclusive product. That is the key. Means here the balance must and should have relating to the features of unique product and what these small business or the optimum business people will analyze its product key. So dynamic pricing is employed to respond to the change and ensure flexibility in the market. Means dynamic pricing means changing the pricing based upon the external requirement. So this changing of the pricing will help us to identify the demand and also the flexibility, means changing our product to the need and requirement of the consumer is very much essential. So by this holistic approach, we can consider that the cost, market, consumer perception, dynamics relating to the small business, which will develop a good or optimum pricing strategy. Here good or optimum pricing strategy, which means it has to be maximize the profitability of these handmade products in the market. Means by taking the analysis of above, where we can increase or where we can identify or given optimum pricing strategy to enhance or maximize the profits of the business. So these are the two types of case studies which has been came across in case of nature of the managerial economics. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.